All right, this is the Wollie Mopped podcast crew, and this isn't even an episode. We haven't even finished watching all of E3, but we're in the midst of watching E3, and we're waiting on the Ubisoft, which has stole the show in the last 2 years. But Watch Dogs, we think won't be at Ubisoft conference this year, but it probably still fucking will be with a fucking DLC or some dumb shit. So, anyways, right, we've got Fuck You Kyle here.
What's up?
He's watching it with us, not an avid gamer, but a gamer nonetheless. We're going to go over what we've seen so far. Once again, this is Andre, a.k.a. Red K. I got Lone Wolf in the house.
Yo, what's up?
Lone Wolf, it looks like you got the good mic this week. You lucked out.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't even have to be up on the mic.
Yeah, I can back up good. I can stretch out.
We only got about 5-10 minutes. They're revealing something about Halo Anniversary right now, which is Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 digitally remastered and only on the Xbox. So we saw Xbox. We saw the Xbox conference, and I was surprised that they said they were gonna show 90 minutes of games, but they fucking showed 90 minutes of games.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit in a good way.
Yeah.
And we saw the EA conference, which was. Anyways, right? So, long before I get into mines, what have you taken so far from the Microsoft and the EA conference?
They came out of the gate swinging. I mean, Microsoft came out of the gate. They were swinging. First thing they showed off was Killer Instinct with TJ Combo being the next character that's going to be released. So far, the games that I think that I liked, and I say games, they showed off Assassin's Creed, which I wanted to see more of in the Ubisoft conference, and also same thing with Tom Clancy's Division. I want to see that in the Ubisoft conference. Oh my god, it looked amazing. As for the exclusive Sunset Overdrive, that's got me sold, and I love how they made a joke of themselves or of other games and stuff to promote their game with the whole generic shooter thing, and then comes in freaking super awesome cool McGee.
It starts off like it's a Call of Duty ripoff or clone, something like that, and then the Sunset Overdrive, and the guy is customizable. Your character is customizable, so they have a new customizable character from the first one. Trailer that they shown earlier this year, and it just looked really, really good. It looked good in motion. That's what I was surprised about. Like the screenshots look good, but then you start moving with the character, and it was really good, really good.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it actually really feels when you play it. I mean, seeing it in gameplay is one thing, but having the feel of the controller, that's going to be the next big thing.
Yeah, but it is Insomniac, so you can bet it's not going to be.
Oh yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I'm not really interested in the Halo Master Chief Collection. That's just like, whatever. It's Halo. I mean,
well, I guess it's to get you stoked up for Halo 5, which is inevitable.
Yeah, they pushed and talked about that a little bit too. There's a beta coming out for that here soon as well for Halo 5. They're doing a multiplayer beta, so we'll hopefully be able to see that pretty soon and give you our take on that as well.
All right, so really quick, Long Roof, what is your so far? Because of course E3 is still going on and everything. We haven't even got to the PlayStation conference, which I'm betting is the most anticipated conference. I mean, Microsoft shocked EA. Well, EA was EA, and so high points and low point of E3 so far.
High point, I'd have to still say Sunset Overdrive, and I'm forgetting this one, the surprise Crackdown trailer.
Yes.
Crackdown trailer. I was those are high points so far. As for low points, Sims. Sims and EA Sports have always just failed to impress me, and I'm tired of them. Tired of them.
Yeah, speaking of tired, I kind of fell asleep like through. I didn't even miss anything.
And he's not joking. He literally fell asleep during the EA conference.
So Kyle, high points, low points for the conference so far. We've only been through 2 conferences. What's got you excited about E3?
I like Microsoft's entire conference. It was actually really, really exciting. You were awake the whole time.
Exactly.
You didn't fall asleep like you did during EA's conference. I'm definitely looking forward to Division. That's gonna be awesome.
Looks
the gameplay
good.
gameplay was awesome. They had this really cool strobe drone. The player threw it out. And stopped the enemy player.
It was like a drone out. It goes towards like the person that's gonna hit. And before it gets to him, it just starts like flashing lights in his face. He's like, ah! Person comes behind and just like nailed.
Then it plays dubstep.
You know what I mean? Just like
falls over. Too much dub.
Yeah, it was definitely a very cool gameplay trailer. I don't know what your guys' thought on it is, but Project Spark, the game that they got coming out where you can create your own world.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty excited about that too. I've been knowing about it for a while, and like I said, it's the same flavor of the Media Molecules game. What's it called?
Bloody H. That's what it's called now. It's called Bloody H.
I think that's coming for the PS.
The PMS station? What?
With Sackboy.
Little Big Planet.
Yeah, Little Big Planet. That's that Little Big Planet feel where you can make your own game. You actually can make a first-person shooter. You can make a fighting game on it. There's pretty cool stuff. The beta's dropping like next month or something like that. So very excited about it.
Oh no, I'm excited about Conquer. Conquer.
Oh, yeah. Conquer is Little Big. Basically all your games.
Yeah, you can put Conquer.
Who wouldn't want to play as Conquer?
Exactly.
I mean, seriously, it's Conquer. We love Conquer.
So what's the low point?
The EA.
You see a running theme there.
Do I have to say more? EA. I mean, it basically, it's like they come out of the gate and they tell you a little bit. And what was the one game that they like 10 minutes? You know, the whole time they only had like maybe 10 cutscenes or something.
Yeah, they had EA had about 3 good showings. EA was definitely my low point too. I mean, I literally started snoring on the couch. I mean, didn't miss anything. I woke up during every announcement, and once I saw what it was, I mean, because this number sequels is EA Sports 2015 coming out, EA Sports 2014 coming out. Battlefield Frontlines, the Cops and Robbers games look really good. It's like Cops and Robbers game, but like Battlefield. So that looks sweet.
Battlefield looks good. They came out, they started talking about Mass Effect, but they only showed the concept.
Yeah, they only showed fucking screenshots and announced the game, basically.
Conceptual graphics.
Yeah, conceptual, basically. That could have just been lying around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did the same thing with that. There's a Criterion title that's coming out that they have all the jet skis and planes and 4-wheelers and all this other crap that you could do extreme. What'd you call it? GoPro the game.
GoPro the game.
GoPro the game.
The app and the game all in one. I mean, I like that. I mean, I like that EA. I mean, BioWare, Dragon Age, that was also at the Xbox reveal. I mean, not reveal, but reveal and fucking the conference. I also like the fact that they're working on another Mass Effect game and a game I believe set in the Mass Effect universe, which is, hey, I'm always down for more Mass Effect, so that's cool. And they came out with Battlefront, but it was just conceptual shit again. I mean, really, at this point, I was more excited last year when they announced it with the foot of the drone going and everything like that.
Yep.
But I mean, it was just so boring until Frontline at the end.
I think altogether, maybe it's just because I'm not a sports person, but I wasn't feeling the Madden game. Wasn't feeling PGA or.
I mean, they look pretty.
Games.
I was feeling the PGA game with the fucking boat came out of nowhere and like crashed into the course. That was really hot. I thought I was dreaming at that point. Something like I wanted to happen, like I willed it to happen in my mind because I was so fucking bored.
They had the hockey game on there, and they also,
hockey game looked good.
I mean, it had good graphics.
When I say looked good, I don't mean played. I mean it looked pretty.
Well, a lot of the games look pretty. I mean, the only EA Sports title that I actually was like, for was EA UFC.
Yeah, Bruce Lee.
Yeah, Bruce Lee. It's like, Bruce.
I don't know if I was more excited for the game or just Bruce Lee.
Just Bruce Lee for me.
He fucking jumped off the side of the cage and like side kicked his ass. That was crazy. My gamer show. I gotta say that the game that most put me at awe. The DLC announcement for DLC announcement for Dead Rising 3.
Oh my
Super
goodness.
Ultra Dead Rising Alpha.
What was it?
3.
Super Ultra Dead Rising 3, Arcade Hyper,
Edition, yeah.
Arcade Hyper, EX Plus Alpha. That's, I believe that's what it was called.
Oh man, that. I mean, to do a short Shoryuken and a fucking Hadouken to fucking zombie in the face. I'm on it.
It's gonna be a great game.
And it's gonna be an awesome game. Also, Dust, the Dust game. What was it?
Phantom Dust.
Phantom Dust. I haven't played that game in at least 10 years, 8 years, I want to say. So really excited to see what they do with that. Phantom Dust and Outbreak. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah, it's scale.
Outbound.
Scalebound.
Scalebound. Which I didn't know is actually a fucking Xbox exclusive. It looks like How to Train Your Dragon meets
Devil May Cry a
Devil
little
May
bit.
Cry meets Monster Hunter. So we'll see how that comes out. But very, very excited. We're about to cut in a second because we're gonna watch the Ubisoft. But any final thoughts, guys?
You forgot Witcher 3.
Yes.
You actually forgot a couple of different.
Yeah, really.
It was there was literally like I want to say 30 some odd games at the Microsoft convention.
Give or take, yeah, they did a lot of games.
Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, for the first time, I am actually excited for a Call of Duty game for the first time ever. It's weird. It's weird.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of Tomb Raider is basically gonna be the successor of the next Tomb Raider game. I mean, we're gonna get into all this stuff in the detail in our next Wollie Mopped, but we're just trying to get one out. This is basically just a reaction video, you guys out there. But crazy stuff. If you noticed, our last week E3 predictions got taken down. Thanks Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Some Nintendo footage up there that we weren't supposed to, and you know how Nintendo is. We don't want to talk about it because they might be listening. So can't wait to see that Nintendo Direct. It's gonna be good stuff.
Yeah, please stop fucking up Nintendo. I'm just gonna say that. Please stop fucking up Nintendo.
Anything else? I'm pretty sure I missed some.
Well, there's tons of games and stuff like that, but like you said,
Mirror's Edge.
Oh,
Mirror's Edge.
Part of EA.
Yeah.
Mirror's Edge too. Just Mirror's Edge.
But
Yep.
They didn't even call it Mirror's Edge
yeah.
2. It's just Mirror's Edge.
Very, very excited. We're gonna cut right here and get to Ubisoft. So hopefully Ubisoft can surprise us again with a more Division stuff. Hopefully, I pray to God, no more fucking Watch Dogs. We already have the game, Ubisoft.
Yes. No more Watch Dogs.
Super ultra hyper Watch
No.
Dogs. If I can steal someone's identity and then hit him with a Hadouken.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm so down for that.
Exactly. We got Ubisoft up next, Sony after that, and Nintendo Direct. Hopefully we'll be able to see some really, really cool stuff, and they won't bore us like EA did. Hoping.
All right, so we're gonna get back on that, and we're gonna upload this. Be tonight and Tuesday, Thursday. You'll probably be listening to this on Tuesday, so probably on Thursday we'll probably have our full E3, which should be a pretty meaty show.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So, till next time, be good. Can't be good, man. Don't get caught. Red K, Lone Wolf, Kyle in the building today, and we get back some video games. Hello and welcome to Wollie Mopped's special E3 edition. We're gonna be jumping around today. We recorded some the date of E3. We recorded some today, which is actually E3 is still going on right now. This is probably day one. Is it day one or day two?
Day 3.
No, because there's day 0. Then there's day 1, then day 2. So I believe this is day 2.
Yeah, then it would be
Of
day
the
2.
conference, yeah. So this is day 2 of the conference. There's one more day left. We've seen a bunch of stuff. We're gonna just jump into it. There's no real format for this show. Like I said, we're gonna be taking stuff from Monday when we started recording, and now today, which is Wednesday. So join once again with Lone Wolf, myself, and we got Tony P.
Yo, what's good, man? Good to be back in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Talking about some video games
Of
because
course.
E3. Wow,
Yeah.
where even to start? So last time we got off, we were talking about Microsoft and which so I guess we were trying to figure out which major company had the best E3 conference, including Nintendo's not fucking up.
Nintendo is not fucking up for once.
I mean, they still fucked us out of our last show. We put up some E3, not even E3. We put up some Nintendo footage and we got flagged and our video got taken down. But they're trying to do some good stuff. Let's talk about Nintendo.
Nintendo first.
Yeah, let's talk about Nintendo. Because we got the Nintendo Direct.
Oh yes.
And we all expect that to be shitty, but some good stuff came out.
Yeah, they actually talked about a lot of different things. Their main focus for this one was Smash Brothers. I mean,
which everybody pretty much expected.
Yeah,
but
of course.
There's a lot of Smash Brothers to talk about.
Yeah, oh yes. First of all, you can use your Mii as a fighter now.
For those who don't know what a Mii is, because you don't have a Wii U because it's a Wii U. Basically, you can put yourself, which is like the equivalent of your Xbox 360, like Avatar. They call it a Mii.
Yep.
Meemii.
MII.
A Mii into the game, so you can put yourself into Smash Brothers, and I believe you can have something like they said something like 36 different combinations of special moves that you can use for your Mii.
Yep. Because there's three different fighting styles you can have. You can have like a long range style, a brawler style, and a sword style.
Yeah, sword style, which I thought was really cool. So like
Swordplay.
Yeah,
there you go. I
mean, so basically you got your gun style, which is like the Mega Mans and the Metro Primes, and Zelda was a swordplay.
Yep.
I think even Star Fox is even kind of a swordplay guy, or he has some kind of.
I think he's more. Guns.
He has a gun.
He's more guns.
He's both actually.
He's good. Well, he's more of a brawler. He's a brawler type.
Oh, he's
the
a
gun
brawler.
would be like a Samus or now Mega Man.
Speaking of Star Fox, we got a little Star Fox information as well.
Oh yes, new Star Fox coming out. Actually, they had
they showed that blurry picture of was it Miyamoto?
Yeah, Miyamoto playing the new Star Fox.
Yeah, and he looked as if he would like using the touchpad.
Yeah.
To play the game. He was. I don't know if he was flying or he was trying to jump over something, but you know how you play the old Nintendo games and when you come to the big jump, you move the controller too?
Yeah.
Like it was really going to do
That's
something.
That's how he was playing the game. It might actually do something. Like, you might be able to integrate that into the Nintendo. That's pretty cool, actually.
Well, it is motion controller, so I wouldn't be surprised.
We got a new Zeldas.
Two new Zeldas. Well,
Okay.
what? Yeah,
one was
they're
already confirmed, but
Yeah.
but still to see it in action. We got some details.
Oh, it was gorgeous. The one that wasn't confirmed was the new Zelda game that's coming out. I don't think they have a title for it yet, do they?
I don't know. Is that the one? There's a new Zelda game coming out, which rumors are saying that it's going to be a Legend of Zelda that features Princess Zelda.
Really?
Yeah, this is what I heard. They're working on something. It's a rumor that Link isn't the main protagonist. It's going to be actually Zelda.
So it will be the Legend of Zelda.
Legend of
So
Zelda.
Or they're just
literally be the Legend of Zelda.
or they'll just fuck around with us. The Legend of Link.
But yeah, I mean, nothing's confirmed yet. So with Nintendo, you never know what they're doing. But the Zelda game, that's what's the Koei game?
Hyrule Warriors.
Hyrule Warrior, which is basically like Zelda.
Dynasty Warriors.
Zelda.
Zelda.
As the big Dynasty Warriors aficionado of the group.
Yeah, I definitely.
Well, are you down for some Link Dynasty Warrior style fighting?
You know what's crazy? Out of all the years I played video games, I can honestly say I have never played a Zelda game.
What?
Not because
You're
I've
one
never,
of them.
not because I've
You're
never.
one of
no,
them.
No, not because I've never.
one of those people,
not
man.
because I've never wanted to.
No, I
Like,
understand.
I haven't had anything against Zelda. I just never actually played it.
Ah.
So it's weird that, you know what I'm saying, 30 years on this earth, I've never even remotely touched a Zelda game.
You're one of them.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
There's not
But
too many.
I don't hate on it though. I never touched it.
Yeah, that's fine. But this one is, I think, will be more up your alley.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, you play a lot of Dynasty Warriors, right?
Yeah, hell yeah, I do.
Yeah, but this is Dynasty Warriors in the Zelda world. They announced that there's going to be some. Link is not the only character. You can also play as Princess Zelda. You can also play as the Twilight Princess.
What's her name? Midna.
Minda, and so it's a lot of good stuff going on there. There's also a weird Squid game. I don't know if you call it that one.
Splatoon.
It's like a third-person shooter where you can transform into a human and a squid. I know that sounds crazy, but you need to go check the link. It's actually pretty cool. You spray your ink everywhere.
Whoa! That
I knew it was coming.
subjective.
It was coming. I knew it was coming. I knew it
All
was
ink,
coming.
goddamn. All ink.
All ink, goddamn.
But after you spray your ink everywhere, you can move. You can turn into a squid
And swim through
and
your.
swim through your own ink
This is making it worse.
to get around the map larger.
Oh,
So
And if you're in the enemy's ink, you can't move
slower.
properly.
Yeah. If you get the enemy's ink, then you move slower. So.
Yeah.
This shit's done
There-
everywhere.
there's
That's all I'm gonna say.
the entire premise of the game.
I hate to be cleaning that up.
The entire.
Hell, I'm pretty sure that person be hating cleaning it up too.
But it's not just you. Like everybody in your team has the same ink,
Yes.
and so you all share ink.
Yes. And the entire thing is trying to cover the map with your team's color, and whoever has the most area covered
Of ink.
basically wins.
So in a weird way, it's almost like capture the flag, but with
Yeah.
Sperm.
That was saying, but yeah, thank you, but with sperm.
Color dispersion.
Color sperm.
Color
That's
sperm.
some nasty
All
shit.
sperm should be
Yeah.
colored.
All-
by the way.
Hey,
Just so.
Nintendo's coming out with some nasty shit.
Yeah.
Not Iwata, but we got Shinji. Oh gosh, Devil's
you-
Third.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh my gosh. Well, we got the mystery. The creator of Team Ninja. He was Team Ninja's creator.
Yeah.
And he made all the reboots for Ninja Gaiden. Came out with Devil's Third at last year's E3. Showed a concept art of that for the Devil's Third, and showed that is not actually a Wii U exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pretty bloody game. I mean, this Devil's Third they show some co-op missions and everything. But this is like late 80s Japanese bloody gore type stuff. You know what I mean?
The name we were looking for was Tobonobu Itagaki.
Itagaki. There we go. There you
So in
go.
other words, it's that killer shit.
I mean,
basically what he said.
Itagaki
Yeah.
is probably the coolest game developer you ever. He always wears these like really like pimp
Yeah,
shades
shades.
with the very like not heavy like cardigan and everything
Yeah.
with the underneath white beater. Like very cool dude, but bloody game, Wii U exclusive with talks of robust multiplayer.
Yes.
They showed off Bayonetta 2,
Out.
also exclusive to Wii U.
Every time I hear Bayonetta 2, it hurts my heart.
I mean,
It's
well,
exclusive?
They got the gamepad. You don't have to use the actual touchpad. You can use a gamepad, which
Yeah.
looks very reminiscent of a 360.
Yeah,
gamepad.
360 controller, yeah.
And you can play Bayonetta with that. I mean, would Bayonetta, if shown the right trailer and the special feature for Bayonetta 2, Tony, would that get you to buy Wii U?
I'd have to see it.
I mean, you know the gameplay.
Well,
I mean, I know the
the
game.
replayability in Bayonetta is
And you're
massive.
not only
Oh,
getting Bayonetta 1, you're getting Bayonetta 2. I mean, you're not only getting 2, you're getting Bayonetta 1.
Yeah.
Reverse that. So you're getting both games, and you're also getting some Nintendo skins that they're having. They have a Link one,
Metroid Prime,
Samus one,
Yeah.
and what was the other one? There was another one. I forgot what the other one was, but they got.
It's hard.
those
It's hard.
skins.
It's hard to pay attention when she's licking lollipops and killing people.
And using her hair to do naughty things.
Yeah. I mean, it's either hard to do or it's actually kind of sexy. You know what I'm saying? There's two ways you can look at that.
It's always two ways you can look at
Nintendo
it.
also announced something that I thought was coming for a long time. With their what was it called? Izzo. The game pieces that you put on the
Amigo.
that's not Amigo. It's
Amiibo.
Amiibo, which is basically
Amiibo.
like their
It's like Skylanders in a way.
yeah, Skylanders. They have their Nintendo toy,
Yeah.
miniature toy you can put on the gamepad and it reads it. And like in one instance, they were playing Smash Brothers and president of Nintendo was playing Reggie Fils-Aimé, and then all of a sudden he put his amiibo,
Yeah.
probably saying that wrong.
No, Amiibo. You're saying it right. Amiibo.
On the board, and it actually turned into Mario on the actual game. And actually, the way they're inputting it sounds pretty cool. I mean, the Skylanders model is definitely a working model, so
Yep.
I'm just surprised it took Nintendo this long to do it.
Yeah, it took them a while, but I think it was trying to work out like a lot of licensings with different companies and stuff like that, along with
what
themselves.
can they use?
Yeah.
I mean, I've said it for years. If they were to come out with a Nintendo Land,
No.
theme park, just Nintendo stuff. I mean, that would be amazing. I mean, you got the characters and everything, but basically, Nintendo not fucking up.
No, Nintendo actually did really well. So I mean,
still not really grabbing the hardcore gamer, but I mean, they are grabbing the hardcore gamer in the sense that they're just putting all their IPs out there, man. I mean, like there's actually in-house developers are putting out. We didn't really talk about this. The new Zelda look is just
gorgeous,
fantastic.
Gorgeous.
I mean,
it still has a for people who really didn't like Skyward Sword. It still has a slight cell shaded look to it.
Yeah, but it's almost not Wind Waker, but what was the one?
Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess. It's a mixture between an HD Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
Yeah,
but it's good. You gotta go check the E3 trailers. We've been putting some trailers out on our page, on YouTube page, and haven't taken it down yet, so we might post some of that. But if Nintendo does it, more of Nintendo not fucking up. I went. We're recording this from Daytona Beach. Went to the Best Buy on International Speedway Boulevard, and Smash Brothers, the one that's not out yet, the one that's the Wii U coming out. The Wii U version comes out after the
3DS
version comes out, and that was playable. The line was around the corner. You can check our Twitter page at Best Kept Secret.
Best Kept Secret 60.
At Best Kept Secret 60 on Twitter, and you can see all the pictures. The line also put together a little video and everything, because I don't think they'll take it down off of.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. You know,
but
that wouldn't be the business.
That's pretty awesome. E3 is going on right now, and they had select partners with Best Buy that you can play their latest and best reason to buy a Wii U in your neighborhood.
Yes,
it's amazing,
and they're giving you all the incentive to do so. I mean, they're actually really trying to push it.
They're really trying. That's what I want to talk about. Nintendo is trying. Yeah,
they're trying hard, and actually they're starting to come back a little bit with their third party support a little bit. They're trying to put stuff out there. I mean, they also have their own original IPs like Yoshi's Woolly World, Kirby and the Rainbow Cruise.
Yeah, Yoshi
looks really good.
You remember when Kirby had his cotton yarn? It's pretty
Epic
much
Yarn,
that, but with Yoshi.
And instead of having like 2D backdrops like Epic Yarn did, it has fully 3D rendered like yarn backgrounds and stuff like that. It actually looks really good.
I mean, we're gonna do scores in a minute, but Nintendo, if they can do this every year and put out this many IPs, even though they're not original IPs, if they can just put out IPs and have them all be in-house, they don't need third-party support.
No.
But they need to bring out games.
Yes.
Now, one thing I will say, which and I want to give out my score, Nintendo score would have been higher. Nintendo score would have been actually the highest if I knew that all these things were coming out 2014, 2015, but as we know with fucking E3, shit doesn't come out till 3 years past.
Well, the thing is, they actually gave a lot of dates for some of their games, though, and some of the games actually are coming out this year.
I just don't believe them. I mean,
usually when something's told like that, and usually when something's told like that, and if it's street dated, then most likely to see or they'll say in trouble. Basically,
we have to see what they do. Tony P, Nintendo's great. I was trying to think, should we do it 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 5? Like what should we do?
I think the 1 out of 10 would probably be.
All right,
so I did my grade. I did my grade as like letter grade. Letter grade. Letter grade. This is the greatest you get.
So apparently the two of y'all are the same thing. You're on the 1 to 10 grade, and you're on the.
I'll do letter grade. I'll do letter grade. This Nintendo gets a Z out of 13.
A Z out of 13. That works.
I was about to say, sir, what the hell is a Z out of 13? Okay?
Scores are meaningless, but for the sake of whatever, what do you give Nintendo? Tony B, a known non-supporter of the Big N.
Well, given that I didn't get a chance to really watch too much of the E3 because I had to work that day. But when I came home and saw some of it after I got off, some of the gameplay actually intrigued me a little bit. I mean, granted, still ain't got over the Bayonetta 2 thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me because I love Bayonetta.
Right.
But I like to be modest. I actually give it a 7 out of 10.
All right.
7 out of 10.
You know what I mean? I'm not, I'm the type of person that even though I might not like something, I give respect where respect is due. And I feel like with the strong showing they had at E3, I feel like 7 out of 10 is pretty respectable. My feelings are similar to yours. I give them a little bit better score. Right.
As far as we'll do letter grades, I'll do letter grades. I guess, like I said, Nintendo would have been my conference of choice, but third party support I felt
kind of diminished the score a little bit.
Yeah, third party support and original IPs they hands down. The
they nailed it. Yeah, they nailed it.
They nailed it game after game after game. Innovation, they nailed it game after game after game after game. And they're sticking to them just being Nintendo. Like they're not trying to be you, not trying to be them. They're just trying to be Nintendo.
Right.
But I didn't see a lot of support for. They went in on Wii U.
Yeah.
Last year they went in on 3DS. You know what I mean? They kind of left 3DS out in the cold a little bit there. But I still feel like Nintendo is like. I saw Nintendo's E3 last, and after seeing like games that are meant to be next gen and they look next gen, like we'll talk about Call of Duty in a little bit, like holy shit. And I'm not a Call of Duty fan at all. Like these games really look like next gen. You know what I mean? Like they look like what I perceive to be a better looking game, and like Nintendo still kind of seems like a system that's behind, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? And I like their games, and I might end up getting a Wii U off just Zelda alone. But I want to see them Nintendo still did not convince me that I need to have a touchpad. Much in the sense that Sony hasn't convinced me that I need to have a Move. Microsoft hasn't convinced me that I need Kinect.
Right.
And I think that if they would have had the great showing that they had, which they did, and I'm not taking anything away from Nintendo, they had a great showing. They had great software. They talked about the hardware, talked about future of the hardware, talking about the Wii U's not going anywhere. They have live events in town that I live in, which I think is crazy, on the East Coast. Like, you know what I mean? Like, on the East Coast, they're having this. They just didn't show me a lot of innovation with the Wii U pad, and that kind of is why they're not my number one, but they definitely got a B.
Yeah, B.
Okay.
I can agree with you wholeheartedly and stuff like that. The one thing about Nintendo is Nintendo's never, they used to have a really, really big third-party support, but previous generation, these past few generations, they've lost that because they've been focusing more on their own IPs.
Yeah.
And they're kind of been, for lack of better words, they've been trying to stroke their little fanboys.
Nostalgia.
You know what I mean? I mean, they want to keep the money, and they're trying to keep the money, but they're doing so many things wrong when it comes to trying to get other businesses to want to put games on their system. Mm-hmm. Now, in saying that, I did really enjoy the Nintendo Direct Press Conference, whatever you want to call it. It was very innovative in the way that they held it, or they presented it. The presentation was amazing. It was really, really well done. They showed off a lot of games that were that are new, that weren't even talked about. They kept a lid on a lot of their games, and I'm actually very surprised and actually somewhat proud at the fact that they're doing it. Yeah, anybody. Somebody can do it. That they kept their mouth shut about a lot of things, and they showed off a lot of things. So my grade, I gave them a B plus. They're not the top. Really, I don't even know if I have a top. So they got a B plus.
Yeah. So let's go into Sony.
Sony.
Let's go into the old PS4, who was basically top dog.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
at this point in time, you know what I mean. Now Sony went into this thing with nothing to lose. Really, like when you think about it, I mean, 7 million consoles sold for the most part. The closest to them is Xbox with 500 million shipped. 5 million shipped, maybe 4.6 sold or something like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like they really had nothing to lose at this point. And let's talk about some of the games they had. Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4.
We knew it was coming.
Looks good, and it looks
really
almost
good.
like what they were showing off was actually gameplay. It looked like that was
maybe
going
not
to
in
be
gameplay, but definitely in
game,
engine.
in-game engine.
Because most of Uncharted's games are in engine when they do cutscenes and stuff like that. So I can believe that. I mean, Drake's a little bit older.
Yeah, he looks a lot a bit older.
Like how much older does he look?
I mean, he was like in his 30s. He must be like in his 50s.
No, he's not. It's not that bad. He doesn't look that bad.
49.
Yeah, he looks.
48.
He looks like he's in his late 30s.
borderline 50.
He looks like he's in his late
He
30s.
look like about 48, 49.
Borderline 50.
Yeah. So yeah, like that looks good. Also, we're selling in the background. We see him with a ring on.
He still has his
Still
wedding
married.
ring.
Spoiler alert. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Still married, which is pretty cool. We saw Project Beast, which turned out to be the spiritual successor for the Demon Souls.
Yep.
Which what's it called again?
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. If you're a big fan of the Dark Souls, Demon Souls, exclusive, the Bloodborne's there. We also saw some. What else did we see?
We saw the Order. The Order looks damn amazing.
The Order is based. In my opinion, the Order is PS4's flagship title.
Yeah, right now, yeah. And it looks really good.
I'm not really feeling a lot of the quick time events. It did seem quick time event-y heavy.
Yeah, it did, but
we're not playing. We haven't played the game.
Yeah, we haven't played the game yet. As well as even though it was a quick time event,
they look like good quick time events.
It looked like they were seamless in a way with the gameplay.
I mean, quick time events. People hear that and they automatically think,
"Oh my God, you're gonna have to press A and then up,
all you do is press
press
buttons
B."
anyway. So I mean, but when they get redundant, I can see how people like. Yeah, quick time events aren't good at all.
Right.
We got that. We also had some indie games come out. Their biggest one, they had this Journey-ish like title from the what was the name of the developer? The same company actually.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was I think Abzu.
Yeah.
It's like an underwater journey.
Yeah, which is really weird. Like there's some weird stuff going on. Abzu.
And they also introduced Intertwine, which was really like
this
interesting.
This is the game that you can play with your girlfriend.
Yeah, you have a fish and a bird, and they intertwine, and they go through little levels and stuff like that.
If you're on some kind of ecstasy when you play this game,
you are gonna have a trip. You are gonna have some amazing fun. But the one thing about that one is they actually announced that it was ready to play when they were doing the press conference.
This is kind of a thing going on throughout the press conference. They were announcing things that were available now, which I thought was great.
They announced that, and they were like, you can buy it right now on PlayStation Network or PlayStation Store. You can actually go on your phone with the app and buy it. People were buying it while they were talking about it.
Much like some of the betas that they say was going live right now, like the Hardlines and everything like that.
There was Hardline, Destiny's beta's coming up here soon.
Yeah, Destiny had a big showing.
Destiny had a huge showing at PlayStation.
Destiny is definitely in bed with PlayStation. I mean, like,
yeah.
The best way to play that game is going to be on PlayStation, no doubt. I mean, it's going to come out on PC and what you got too, but
they are sleeping with Destiny. Little Big Planet 3.
Little Big Planet 3, you got Friends.
Yeah, Friends.
Got a bird and some other things.
Yeah, you got Oddsock, which is a four-legged sack creature.
Yeah,
that sounds so wrong.
They showed off a lot.
I thought about it as I was saying it. I was like, God damn it. You have
they showed off a lot of different gameplay types.
Oh yeah.
To build this time. They also announced that you're going to be able to have all the levels that you built in Little Big Planet 1 and 2 available in Little Big Planet 3, and as we know, that's over some 100,000 different stages and levels and games. Already been built by the community, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, you got that going on, which is I think that is really good that they're adding all of the levels. I think they said like 8 million levels from
I mean, there's a lot
1 and 2, and they're going to be adding that Little Big Planet 3.
I really got into Little Big Planet because a game developer standpoint, you know what I mean? I'm no game developer, but I got ideas, things I would like to see. And I mean, I think you can now do like first person shooters and all that other kind of stuff. I mean, even though I think Sackboy isn't a better mascot as what we had in the Xbox.
No,
we'll get into that in a little bit.
All right. We also got a HD remix of Grim Fandango.
Yes.
Tim Schafer.
Old school PS PlayStation gameplays actually. Grim Fandango was the like detective that was like dead or whatever.
Yeah,
like
he was a
very,
skeleton.
very, very
yeah,
funny point and click kind of game, puzzle game actually. Very awesome. Sony had a lot of fan catering to. During this. One thing I think it might have been obsessive at one point.
Yeah, very obsessive.
Like
the thing about them is they don't know how to cut. They were very long-winded in their thing. They didn't know when to cut stuff short.
Definitely feeling the effects of the president leaving. I forget what his name was.
Yeah.
He was definitely to the point. He had everything. You could tell that it's a new regime on Sony America right now, and they're in the league.
Yeah, they're still.
You can stumble when you're so far ahead of your competition, but very impressed with their showings. Wish there were more.
Batman.
Oh, no said.
Batman.
Batmobile.
The Batmobile turns into a tank.
I mean,
oh man!
I mean, you're in like Wayne Corp, and you go to your balcony, and you just kind of like,
it's I'm out of here, and then you 3-point land, crater the ground.
Yeah.
Batmobile comes around the corner, do your little spin jump right into the sea, and then he's talking to Oracle. And while he's talking to Oracle, the Batmobile the lights turn red, and then like the wheels flip weird ways, and it turns into a tank. Has a turret, missiles, and everything.
Well, non-violent because we know Batman.
Yeah, right, of course,
but,
of course.
He might paralyze. So.
We won't talk about paralyzation. We just talk about Batman. Just Batman.
I mean, No Man's Sky.
Yeah, No Man's Sky. Oh,
No Man's Sky.
That looks gorgeous. You have a lot.
I've never been so impressed and excited for a game that I know nothing about.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, you were like, oh my god. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Like
apparently the worlds are made just at random.
Yeah, they're it's infinite, as they said on stage. It's an infinite game. Very proud of those guys. They were on stage, and I mean, like, but as far as like exclusives,
yeah, it's
I thought it was even the exclusive that were exclusives. A lot of Sony's exclusives were rehashes, I believe.
Yeah.
Of a last gen or last 2 gens ago cycles. You know what I mean? Surprised they didn't do any Abe's Odyssey.
No.
I mean, they had Abe's Odyssey, the new one.
Yeah.
It's like a remake, but I believe it's gonna be on all systems, so they probably didn't want to talk about that. But they had a lot of indie development stuff and a lot of stuff that's going to be on the PlayStation Network to download.
Yep. Then they started getting into all of the TV,
yeah,
PlayStation TV.
We're not talking about Xbox. We're talking about PlayStation actually having a TV.
Yes.
So basically, you're going to be able to have a PlayStation Roku.
Yes. Yes, PlayStation Roku. It's also, and they actually have a price for it.
Yep.
$99, or you can purchase it in a bundle. They didn't give the bundle price.
They did talk about PlayStation Now.
Yeah, they did talk about PlayStation Now. There's going to be a July 31st beta for it.
So you're going to be able to get all those PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games and play them on your PlayStation 3.
Already right now, they say they have 100 titles already lined up right now, and more to come.
I already know the first thing I'm going to play as soon as I get that.
What's that?
NBA Street.
Oh.
Man. All right, now the thing is, we don't know how the network's going to be because all these games are downloaded to the network, so lag time could be a problem. There hasn't been any word on price yet, which worries me. Because like, are you going to have to pay for the? You're already paying for the PlayStation Network
Plus?
Yeah,
PlayStation Plus, right? And that's something that they rolled out. I mean, Xbox people have been doing this forever, so it's not really a big deal. But when you got to play for PlayStation Plus, and we know that you're going to pay for PlayStation Now, right? Unless they make PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now the same thing. That's the only way I believe they can do is they can make PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Now a part of PlayStation Plus, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you do that, you can't just buy these games, I don't think. I think you're renting these games.
Yeah, you are renting these games. They're
So-
going to be for stream. They said there was talk that they're going to have single games for a certain price, and then a subscription to the full access of PlayStation Now for a separate price. They said they're not going to talk about price until the beta goes through.
So what is an acceptable price for people who are want to play their older games and don't want to, like, you know, pay more for it? What's the added value? What's the perfect scenario where PlayStation doesn't get flack? Because they're going to get flack for this.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna backfire for them a little bit.
Yeah.
Depending on what they do, I say they should just go for PlayStation Plus. Just to play, I mean, if you got a PlayStation Plus account, you should be able to play those old games instead of saying, "Hey, we want you to pay an extra added fee on top of the fee that you're paying us," because then they start stepping into territory that
it's not. It wouldn't just be a fee on top of the fee you're paying. It's a fee on top of the fee you're paying on top of the fee you're paying.
Yeah.
Because you got to pay for PlayStation Plus to get PlayStation Now,
and
then you got to pay for the games.
Exactly.
And then for however long you want to play that game. Is it hourly? Is it weekly? Is it daily? These are things, because I mean, they have to pay for the servers.
right.
I mean, you already got the servers that have PlayStation Plus. You got to pay for the servers that's going to facilitate PlayStation Now. And you gotta charge things in a way that's profitable enough for them to add more games. Because if this thing comes out, if PlayStation Now comes out, and it doesn't have a huge immediate following, how long are those servers going to be up?
No, not long. Not long.
I mean, think about games that aren't even that old. Think about games that are like Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Yeah.
You can no longer play that game online.
Nope.
Because the servers are down. They're not supporting any more Wii games.
Nope.
I mean, like, if you bought that game digitally, you can't even really play it.
Ooh.
This is what I'm saying. Like, it's the digital age kind of scares me, but you know, Sony's been good so far this gaming generation. So I'm not gonna get on a Debbie Downer, but it's funny that they didn't mention that. Also, didn't really mention PS Vita either.
No. They kept that kind of under wraps.
I actually have a question.
Yeah.
I have never. Now, what's the whole Vita thing? Vita. I apologize.
It's their handheld PlayStation.
So kind of okay. So it's kind of like
the PSP.
So it's kind of like the PSP.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
it's
PSP
the upgrade from
successor.
PSP.
Yeah.
I mean, but and the PlayStation Vita sounds excellent. I mean, you can take some of your PlayStation games and you can play it. Like, say you're playing I don't know what, the Uncharted, right?
All right.
Stop Uncharted, take your Vita, which you can play your Uncharted game that you had on your PlayStation 4 on your Vita away from the Sega.
Yeah, that's what they're starting to do now.
So a continuous play away from your system.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty amazing. Didn't show anything of that.
No.
And they had time.
My question is,
They definitely had time to get.
I was gonna say, do you think they held back on that for a reason?
I think
That's a good question.
I think.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, Gamescom is coming up, so we'll see what's going on in August. But my personal opinion is that they had the longest showing.
Yeah. Theirs was 2 hours.
Yeah, and I think kind of showed the least amount of stuff. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Like even Nintendo was like games, new games.
Well,
And Xbox, which we'll get to in a minute, was just like games.
the thing
It was so many games at Xbox that like you literally couldn't walk away to like I tried to eat a chip, but like every time I would go in the bag I would miss something.
Yeah,
But anyways,
Sony has a thing where Microsoft did this last year as well with numbers. They get into numbers and they start talking about numbers.
Yeah, they try.
And they start talking about the business side.
Best
of it.
on PlayStation's best place to play.
Yeah,
And that's gonna be the model now.
Yeah, and they just went into all this business side of the stuff. People don't really care that much about the business side.
Now that you said it, what was missing from PlayStation this year? The fun.
Yeah.
Like PlayStation had a lot of good games. I'm not saying that they didn't. A lot of games they had were rehashes. It was definitely fanfare. There were a lot of IPs that were there that are IPs that they've always had. There were a lot of IPs. There weren't too many new IPs for PlayStation. I think I can't even think. like if you want to say that the Demon Soul one was a new IP, it really kind of isn't. I mean, I can't. Besides indie games,
yeah, the indie games were mainly the only ones that were
IPs for the new system that I saw, which is another reason why PlayStation didn't get my top, because new system, new gen, second year, I want to see the new IPs.
They were good.
No,
they were
No
good.
Man's Sky,
but,
like No Man's Sky, it will be my version of Skyrim
yeah,
when it comes out. Like I'm just gonna get lost.
3-man team.
Like No Man's Sky is what I feel about No Man's Sky the way I felt about Mass Effect the first time I saw it.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
I remember how you felt when you first
Yeah.
saw Mass.
Yeah, okay. When Mass Effect first came out, I was telling Tony about this game. I'm like, it's like a Star Wars, like in space game. You get your own. Like I'm just in detail. And he's like, what the fuck is Mass
I
Effect?
looked at him like he just had the best bag of weed and had just smoked it all.
Because
Yeah,
you can't really explain.
amazing.
You couldn't really explain what it was until you played it. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to tell him about the story and everything. That's how I feel like No Man's Sky. Like you can't really explain what it is, like or what it could be, because we don't really know what it is. You can't really explain what No Man's Sky could be until you're in that world.
Exactly.
And that excitement for that game was what I wanted to see with all Sony games, and I just didn't have that. It kind of just felt like prettier versions of games you've already played.
Yeah. The thing with No Man's Sky that blew my mind was just a 3-man team worked on that.
Yeah.
And then they
Well, 4 now.
excuse me,
now.
4-man team
Ooh.
now. They worked on this game, and you could tell when the developer came up, he was so like
Happy, like his baby.
like he couldn't believe that
Yeah.
he couldn't believe he
Like,
was on stage.
It was an all moment where he just was like,
I'm on stage.
He goes, wow, I'm on stage at the E3 conference, PlayStation E3 conference. This is wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in other words, he almost acted like he wasn't even at the E3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was there in the moment.
The moment was bigger than him at that point.
Yeah,
Right, you know what I mean?
way bigger than him.
Yeah. So
Don't be like that.
They also showed off Mortal Kombat, but we're gonna talk about.
Oh, man.
Hell
they
yeah,
could've-
we'll talk about that later.
the one E3 off Mortal Kombat alone. Oh man, matter of fact, we need to just do our own. There's gonna be another E3 special. We're just gonna talk about games, but we have to do just one Mortal Kombat conversation because there's just so much to get into.
Hell yeah.
There's just so much to get into in Mortal Kombat. But okay, are we missing anything on PlayStation?
I think we covered everything.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure we covered everything. I think we're good over here.
All right, so Tony P, on what you've heard, what do you think PlayStation? You are all PlayStation owners. What are you excited for? Grade it. What are you talking about?
There's several games that. Now, like I said, I was at work, so I wasn't able to catch. I definitely wasn't able to catch a lot of the things that you guys were able to.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely looking forward to Batman Arkham Knight.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yes.
John plays that religiously, so I've seen him play it, and after a while, I'm about to start getting fixed on it.
Yeah, you definitely want to get into that, man. It's easy to get into. Hard to stop playing when you have to go to work.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully I haven't played because I'm pretty sure my ass would not be.
Okay, with Arkham City, like I have so many games that I let people borrow everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I just I told this friend, I said, yo, make sure you have at least like an hour. Because when you get games, you're like, oh, I want to see what this game's about. I'll turn it on and see the opening title screen.
Yeah.
Like it's that type of game where 2 hours will go by and you don't
even know it.
Exactly. So you definitely need time when you play the game.
Oh yeah.
But so your score, Tony?
I mean, I'm like I said, given that I wasn't able to see much of anything for the most part, I'm gonna be subjective.
Because I want to hear this from PlayStation people. Because I don't PlayStation. I'm a games person, but I wouldn't call myself a PlayStation person.
Right.
What original IP? Well, maybe not original IP, but what IP? What game has you the most that you can only play on PlayStation? Has you the most stoked for next year PlayStation?
No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky. Hands down. No Man's Sky.
I think you hit it on the head. No Man's Sky will probably be it.
And that's an indie developer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
No Man's Sky. When I saw that trailer, I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And then I saw even more of it, and I was like, "Oh my, all right."
Like this is the business.
Yeah, we're playing this. We're gonna play this.
That's the game that made you say, "This is why I have a PlayStation."
This is why I have a PlayStation.
I'm pretty sure
Well,
that's the game that was like, "Yep."
That and Batman. Batman.
It's not an only.
But they always give extra stuff for it. They always give extra stuff for PlayStation.
I don't like games that are. I mean, I love third party. If there was no such thing as third party game developers, we would have nothing to do between first party games. So thank God for them. But games that are going to be on both systems, unless they're like broken, a la Skyrim, a la Battlefield, I kind of regard them as games that I can get anywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? So final score, Tony. What do you think?
Final score. And this is not just because I have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
But this is just off of the value of it. 7.5.
All right.
Lone Wolf.
Well,
Give reasons why too. Beat. You don't want to sound like.
well, I'm gonna give. I'm gonna be very very subjective to this one. They did very well with showing off their IPs and stuff like that.
Even with showing off their entertainment stuff, I thought their entertainment stuff was done very well. I thought that it could have been like a lot worse. They could have went on about how we're gonna dominate. Xbox 360. We're gonna dominate.
Oh well, they did take their few cheap shots.
They did. But you know what? I thought it was all in good taste.
Well,
And it wasn't that long either. I was actually interested in trying to figure out what the hell fuck they were trying to sell.
yeah, I understand that. They did well with everything, really, but then when they started getting into the numbers and start crunching everything, and then talking about stuff that wasn't game related, like the PlayStation TV and having all this extra stuff with video stuff, was it the Powers? The Powers little show miniseries or whatever that they're gonna have.
The comic thing. Yeah. I think we started talking. We had like own little private conversation when that was going on.
I mean, they had a lot of time, but they didn't utilize it well. But because that they're on top and there's a new regime at hand, it's
kind of gonna take time.
Yeah, it's gonna take time.
Get accustomed.
It's gonna take time. And they also didn't have Kevin Butler.
You stole, I'm gonna talk more about that exact thing in a minute. Who was in a Wii commercial, by the way?
Yeah.
Which was
So it's kind of controversial.
But out of all this, I give it the same score that I gave the Nintendo B+. It didn't have none of the scores, in my opinion, or none of the conferences really are gonna get an A. I'll tell you that right off the bat.
None of them are getting an A.
But this one got a B+ just because they did show off some stuff that really interested me and that I enjoyed to see, but they bored me with all the time that they had.
Yeah.
Putting it on stuff they didn't really need to put it on.
All right, PlayStation had they came in the top dog. They came in with the nuts hanging, which is something they haven't done since PS2 days. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I like the swag. I like the swagger PlayStation had. I really do. Like it showed off some games. It showed some good games. Everything. They showed a lot of reasons why you want to have a PlayStation. They showed a lot of reasons. Here's something that they did that I don't think a lot of people noticed. Like a lot of people had more Xboxes than PlayStations last time around. So a lot of people that are coming back to PlayStation are people that had PlayStations back in PS2 days, but pretty much they didn't even touch the PlayStation 3 for the most part. And they're re-releasing Uncharted. They're re-releasing a couple other games from the PS3 era. What's the Bones Detective guy?
Oh, Grim Fandango,
which is a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 person of interest. You know, people that like them. Like they're really addressing all these people. They know, like, hey, we know we fucked up PlayStation 3, and we know that we got all these people coming back, and we want to really cater to you and get you caught up on what you've missed. And I really appreciate that as somebody who's going to buy a PlayStation 3 eventually. And I bought a PlayStation 4. Bought a PlayStation 3, sold it back. Going to buy a PlayStation 4. Hopefully I won't sell it back if they got games. Uncharted 4, wow. No Man's Sky, wow. Not really big on the whole Demon Soul. It takes a little getting into.
the Bloodborne.
The Bloodborne, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I'm really interested to play it. The Order, holy shit. The Order 18, what is it?
86, I believe.
Yeah, 86 and Uncharted would have been enough for me, period. You know what I mean? As far as exclusives go. But exclusives on PlayStation, The Order, Uncharted, the Project Beast, No Man's Sky, as far as exclusive games, that's all I can really think of. And like you said, the PlayStation has always had this very loosey-goosey fun.
Right.
Kevin Butler, it's just fun. They talk to you like they don't talk to you like investment holders. They talk to you like people who play video games and who are probably in their pajamas eating some chips right now watching this. You know what I mean? They really relate to the gamer that's sitting on their ass and has an extra $100 to $50 a month to spend on games. You know what I mean?
Right.
They kind of was talking to me like investors, and I didn't like that. I didn't like being talked to. I didn't like to be talked to, but to know that you weren't actually talking to me. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like you were talking to me, but the message that you were giving PlayStation was not for me.
Right.
So all in all, I give them a B. I mean, they're top dog. You know what I mean? I did like Nintendo's conference a smidge more, only because of all of the first party games that they had. I mean, Nintendo just hit you with first party, new game, 2 Zelda games in 1 year. I mean, you got to kind of give it to Nintendo. They're doing something right. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't like that they didn't give me a reason to buy a Vita. I want a reason to buy a Vita. They didn't give me one.
No.
Instead, they started talking about TV stuff, which I am that person. I'm the demographic that would buy that because I don't have cable. I don't have over-the-air TV. I just have strictly internet. Hulu Plus is how I get all my TV shows. Netflix. I have a couple anime sites and stuff like that. So I'm the person that they were talking to in that, and I mean, if I being able to play, they trying to sell me a TV.
Yeah.
They trying to sell me a TV. So basically, with this PlayStation Roku, you can put it on one TV, and basically, you only have to buy one PlayStation 4, and you can play that PlayStation 4 in any TV in your house with this Roku device.
As long as you have
it's like a second screen. Yeah, as long as you have but I think you have to have a Sony TV for that.
Yeah, for the Sony, have it where you're playing the PS4 games.
Yeah.
You do have to have a Sony TV and a DualShock 4 controller.
So now they're bundling. Sony PlayStation is doing very well for Sony, but that's like the only part of Sony company that's doing well for Sony. So they're trying to bundle everything else through PlayStation branding, and I don't want TV. I mean, you can put TV in PlayStation. That's fine. I mean, you made it a comic movie or a comic TV show. I'm all good with that. You could have brought Arrow on stage or something like that.
Yeah.
You made this part of PlayStation, PlayStation's private, TV. I'm good with that. PlayStation Network have TV shows. Totally okay with that. What I'm not cool with is you trying to sell me fucking Sony 4K TV.
Yeah.
During my E3.
Yeah, that is a problem.
That's where I had a problem with Sony. So for that reason and that reason alone, I felt like they had a lesser showing than PlayStation. We're going to go into.
Oh wait, grade.
Yeah, B.
Yeah,
B? Oh, I thought
same grade as Nintendo, but I feel like Nintendo had a better showing.
All right.
And now to get into the biggest shock of E3 period.
Yeah.
So Microsoft new CEO, what's his name? Phil Spencer took over Microsoft Xbox division recently after the debacle, which was the DRM and everything. And he started making some changes. Now, we weren't sure if these changes were made by Phil Spencer or if maybe these were things that Microsoft was already doing and they had a new face now. So like, okay, we're just going to let you get all the goodies for making the changes. But I really do think Phil Spencer is the reason that Microsoft is making all these changes. He came on stage and said, we're going to have 90 minutes of video games. And god damn it, if it wasn't 90 minutes of video games. I haven't. Microsoft's never done this ever, and most E3 conferences don't do this. I mean, it was just a game after game after game after game. Like, they didn't spend too much time on any one thing, and the things that they did talk about, like the Let's Dance, it was so unintrusive. They just went over it. If you didn't care about it, fine. They were going to the next game. There was no time for you to be in awe of any one game because they were going to the next game.
Yep.
And with them taking out Kinect, I mean, people are happy about that. But I think it makes Kinect developers have to make games that make you want to connect.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it makes Kinect develop, and they treat your game like it's a regular game. Like, without having to connect, because my personal opinion is when they have a connect section, like a section of E3 that's just based on connect or just based on move, you're saying that these games really aren't games.
Yeah.
They're games that we want you to like, if maybe.
Yeah.
But just by treating them like games and putting say a Let's Dance up against Insomniac's new game.
Yeah. Insomniac's new game. Wow, I'm blinking.
I know it's so much games that it's
There's
hard to keep up with
there's
everything.
so much that was happening there. Insomniac's new game, Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, Sunset Overdrive, or put it up against a Halo. You should be able to put those games side to side to see which one you want. You shouldn't have to make a concession for a game because it's a motion game. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think, of course, I'm pretty sure that developers don't agree with me, but because they're gonna sell less units.
Yeah.
But I think by doing that, you actually make the competitive feel even better. But let's talk about Xbox. They had Sunset Overdrive.
That was a very funny trailer they showed
The
off.
trailer was amazing.
That was very funny.
It looked like it was gonna be this war clone, like this
Generic.
generic.
Yeah.
And then the guy just busts open the door, like does a jet grind or something, kills everybody in the room, and then starts talking to you like a player.
Yeah.
Like a player that's playing a video game.
And amazing.
Just yeah, that game. But definitely was already when it came out. It's a game that granted was announced with the release of the Xbox One, but it was just a trailer, and I saw where they were going with it. But I was like, I guarantee the game will look nothing like this. And boy, was I wrong, because the game looks exactly like the concept trailer. It was crazy. We had a Halo love fest.
Yeah.
In the middle of, if you don't like Halo, you might want to turn this off for the next 5 minutes, because I mean, you're gonna be able to get Halo 1 remaster, which already came out, Halo 2 remaster that they're doing right now, which is the best Halo, and Halo 2 multiplayer untouched from the original. So untouched meaning like when you threw a grenade and it wasn't a sticky grenade, but it still stuck, and that was like a trick of the game. That's still gonna be there. Like that's untouched, and they're getting new they're creating new systems like to put it on new servers.
Yeah.
So like this is real stuff. Going to be able to handle all the incoming. And if you're 10 years old, if you're 14 years old, Halo's over 14 years old now. Never played a Halo game. This is your chance to play all the Halo games. The Master Chief Collection.
Oh yes.
All in one section. And Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4. All the DLCs, all the DLC maps, all the multiplayers on new servers for $60.
That's a deal.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, I mean, regardless if you like Halo or not, the value in that, there hasn't been a value in video games that big since probably Orange Box.
No.
Yeah, Orange Box had Half-Lives and the Portals and Team Fortress.
Yep.
And I mean, those are like 4 or 5 games. This is Halo 1 through 4, everything included for one price.
Wow. Which is awesome.
And you get access to the video for Halo 5 that's coming up and everything like that. And I'm very excited to play. Get some Halo action on.
They didn't show a lot of Halo 5 though. They kind of sort of were just.
Gamescom is they said 20. I mean, granted, it was the worst kept secret in the industry. I mean, everybody knew that the Halo 2 anniversary was coming, but I didn't think they were going to do Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 on one disc for one price.
That is amazing.
That's I mean, wow, fan service to the max.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Call of Duty, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I want to apologize because we made fun of this game.
Yeah.
It was saying it was going to be the Kevin Spacey Call of Duty Spacey, like, you know. Did I have Kevin Spacey on stage, which I thought I could have lost. People could have bet me I would have lost when I thought Kevin Spacey was going to be on stage.
I did too.
When that went down. But, man, to look at this. Let me preface this by saying I am not a Call of Duty fan. I'm not a first-person shooter fan.
I'm not really a first shooter fan either, so I understand that.
But the gameplay of this game was so amazing. This might be a day one buy for me.
Wow, day one, as in midnight day one, or?
As in midnight day one.
Wow,
buy for me. Like this, like I'm probably not gonna get on a competitive shooter, but the story, the graphics, the grenade, like they did. Dead Space. One of the reasons I love Dead Space so much and Misro, like they take the HUD out the game. Like in Dead Space, you want to see what you got. Like the HUD is on your back. You want to see how much energy you got? The HUD is on your back. You know what I mean? Like you want to see how many bullets you got? It's in your gun. Yeah. And like Call of Duty, they put up a grenade and you put up a grenade and press the button and the button went to what kind of grenade they had, right? Ooh. And they threw the grenade and it was a homing missile grenade.
Yeah.
A homing
missile grenade.
He threw the grenade. Wow. A little thruster came out the bottom of the grenade, stopped it in midair. It turned and went towards the enemy.
Crazy. There's drones. This thing looked less like Call of Duty and more like Enter the Matrix. Like there was like a massive amount of drones coming. Like there was like your friend got his arm like stuck in this thing. You have like these exoskeleton suits on. Yeah. So you like more like kind of like the Matt Damon movie. I forget what it's called. We have the
Oblivion.
Oblivion. Yeah. We have the exoskeleton suit on. You can do that. You got boosters so you can move around, a la Titanfall.
Yep.
I mean, like, and the visuals. Once again, I know that because we have a video game podcast and I play a lot of video games, I shouldn't be like, oh, you know, it's a thought to be a lesser mind who plays a game for graphics. But holy effing shit. This is the prettiest game I've seen.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's really pretty.
It's so fucking pretty.
I'm kind of biting my tongue a little bit because I'm tired of Call of Duty. I've been playing Call of Duty, or I've played Call of Duty since Call of Duty 1, and I think United Front. I'm talking about PC as well as the PlayStation 2 Call of Duties. I've been playing Call of Duty for a long time, so I'm very, very Call of Dutied out.
Well, I know one person who's definitely gonna be playing it.
Who's that?
John.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna be playing Call of Duty.
John gonna be playing that till the wheels fall off.
But this is the Call of Duty that could get me into Call of Duty. I think this is the Call of Duty that could bring people back from Titanfall.
Really?
I mean, you're not gonna have a Titan, but this okay. There's people who play Call of Duty, even though the story sucks, for the story, and there's people who play Call of Duty just to play Call of Duty, and like. I think this could bring it back. So, but we were getting off track. So we had
Assassin's Creed United.
Multiplayer, co-op multiplayer. Not an exclusive, but still pretty good.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Back to Call of Duty, of course, still will be first on Xbox. Everything.
Yep, everything first on Xbox for Call of Duty.
We also had Fable Legends. First look at that.
Oh, that actually looks really cool.
Really excited for Fable Legends. I mean, there's going to be an actual story. How they said it's going to be in like episodes.
Yep.
But 3-person co-op, 4-person. The 4th person is going to be like the villain, and is going to be able to put his minions in different spots to kill you.
Yep.
Wow. So I'm really excited about being the villain.
I want to be the villain too. It just seems like it's so much fun.
I just want to trap you and you think you're free because if you've been playing video games for a long time, you kind of know what's around the corner. You kind of know when to expect something, and by knowing how video games usually are. You can trick your person into going a long way and then just put something that could just fuck them up.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So that looked amazing.
They had the Division. They showed off the Division
again. Oh, speaking of pretty games.
Oh, pretty. Oh.
If Tony Stark, like, had Jarvis with him at all time, that would be the Division without powers.
Yeah.
That trailer is amazing. You got to go check that out. I mean, they had Xbox ID at Xbox.
Yep.
Independent game developers at Xbox. They showed a couple games, some dive kick games. They showed really pretty. Mia was here. She was saying the game was real pretty. That they had. Forget what it's called. You gotta check the.
There was Ori and the Blind Forest.
Ori and the Blind Forest. Inside, which could be like the most amazing indie game that I played this year.
Yeah.
It's like you're running. It's almost like an infinite runner. It's the same developers that made the black and white game.
The black and white game.
Not black and white. No, not black and white. Limbo. Thank you.
Play.
Okay.
Same makers of Limbo, so it's in that style of game. But towards the end of the game, you start to think: are you trying to get out of something,
or are you just
trapped in? Like, is there a bigger like? What are you in? Are you in the concept of the game without saying anything. The ambiance is just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. They also had Scalebound.
Scalebound, which looks like it's gonna be my jam.
Like Devil May Cry
God.
meets
So we thought it was
Monster.
Devil May Cry when we first saw it. Scalebound. I mean, okay, so Tony, imagine Devil May Cry mixed with
Monster Hunter.
Bayonetta mixed with Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm. Like
Sounds very
you saw in the trailer, he actually when
He
the
actually
two
morphed.
when the two things were fighting, the two
Yeah,
dragons
yeah,
were fighting.
yeah.
He winked at one
He
of
winked at
them.
one of them. His
and then-
dragon.
Yeah.
He winked at his dragon so the other dragons thought that they were all gonna get something neat, and then all of a sudden it was a trap.
Yeah.
To kill the other dragons. It
Yep.
was crazy. It almost had a Guyver
Oh yeah.
kind of feel to it because
Guyver.
he kind of morphs into this armor suit and everything.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was and it's an exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
Xbox exclusive.
Oh, that I think that's really
made by Platinum Games, the maker of Bayonetta.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, wow, exactly. The pedigree. Wow, exactly, right?
I'm going to say that again. Wow.
Yeah, so many games, man.
The biggest one that they showed off, which when they were showing it, I was like, "What is this?" And then you heard the director's voice from the agency.
Yes,
Crackdown.
New
Crackdown.
Oh.
New
Big
Crackdown.
open world, do what you want to do. Power is your part of the agency. Crackdown is coming back. Looks better than ever.
It looks like they're gonna have destructible buildings and
Yeah.
stuff in this one.
You blew up a building to crash into another building that had a force field around it.
Yes.
That was
To kill one
to kill
guy.
one person. That's the agency for you.
Hey, that's what you call intricate plot.
I mean, Phantom Dust, bringing back an old school Xbox, OG Xbox game,
Yeah.
which is actually a card game. Imagine a card game mixed with like Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
But with you run around and fight, and you have this deck that you have your powers on and everything like that. And it's really an addictive game that was on the OG Xbox that came out. You need to go check that out if you haven't done that. We're missing TJ Combo Killer Instinct Season 2 coming out.
TJ Combo.
Only on Xbox exclusives. Ultra Super Dead Rising 3
Arcade Edition Remix.
Alpha Plus.
EX plus Alpha.
EA plus Alpha and all that good stuff.
I mean, you're gonna be able to Hadouken a fucking zombie.
Zombie Hadouken.
Really?
They had Akuma in there. They had
Ryu, Ken,
Chun-Li.
Chun-Li. They had
Felicia.
Felicia from Darkstalkers.
Ooh.
They had who else did they?
Frank West.
Frank West.
And the other guy from
They have
Dead Rising 3.
Surfbot.
Surfbot. They had a Surfbot in on there.
Surfbot
No, not the Surfbot.
mean,
of course, you know they're gonna do the Mega Man
Of
thing.
course,
Yeah,
of
of
course.
course,
It
of
just it just looked amazing. And that's downloadable, which was available right then and there.
Yep.
I mean, of course, Dead Rising's already there, but they just had so much fun with that game. It was crazy.
We got.
I feel like we're missing a game. We're missing a couple.
We're
games.
missing 2. Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
They didn't show any gameplay of it. They just showed the trailer.
The trailer was hype because you knew what it was, but you didn't know what it was
Yeah.
at first.
And then you got, last but not least, or actually, there's 2 more games. You got The Witcher 3.
Which will not be an Xbox exclusive this
No.
time. Witcher 2 was the Xbox exclusive.
No.
Witcher 2 was Xbox exclusive.
No.
Yeah.
It was?
The Witcher 2 was an Xbox exclusive at PC.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
So if you want to go play that, you gotta have Xbox
Or a PC.
so they play, which the game looks beautiful. Is it? I know all the graphics look good, but The Witcher it's something about The Witcher that just number one. The Witcher is intimidating.
Yeah.
It's an intimidating game. I played The Witcher 2 and I just didn't get it. I had to set it down and come back to it, but that's usually that's how I play games that are big like that. I mean, it's big, open world, expansive, an adult game. Like it's really an adult game, but and it's bloody. You chop off a griffin's head.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Oh, wow, that's kind of
Yeah.
Chop it off, and then you after you chop off the head, you put it on like the side of your horse, and you ride back to town with it.
Yep.
And this is all real time. There's no loading screens. It's all.
It was good.
It's good stuff.
It was
man.
good. And then now the last one, Project Spark.
That's serious. Project Spot, which is kind of like Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
But I think, and I play Little Big Planet, so I've created games in Little Big Planet, so I'm not just saying this as a biased Xbox person. Oh, watch your mic, Tony.
Hey, it's not my fault. I didn't do it.
Yeah, I understand. Tony's used to having his mic just, slam into people. E3 stuff. Okay. So anyways, right? Now, that's how you got in trouble in the first place, damn it, Tony.
Let's not get into that right now. I got a lot on my mind. Right? Let's not get into that right now. Keep going.
So Project Spark, it looks how Little Big Planet is more of a side scroll.
Yeah, you can create little kind of like foul games that aren't side scroller, but essentially it still feels like a side scroller game.
Project Spark is a 3D, like fully 3D.
Make
any kind of game you want. They made a fighting game. You can make a fighting game in what's called it too, but just the motions were just crazy.
Yeah, you can actually make a fighting game.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty. Looks pretty amazing. I mean, and simple.
Yeah, very
stupid simple. Game credit. I mean, these game credit tools are games in themselves. They keep updating and keep advancing. I mean, you can make, depending on your skill. Matter of fact, I think we might make a Wollie Mopped page on Project Spark and Little Big Planet and have our own games we can
make and share with people.
That's definitely a thing we can do.
Sounds like a good idea.
We got some house cleaning to do at the end of the show, but we'll get into that in a second. There's a mascot for Project Spark, which is an Xbox exclusive. And speaking of Killer Instinct, which was a rare creation, Conquer.
Conquer was in Project Spark and will be in Project Spark.
Yeah, I think the tagline was it's been 10 years since we had my last game, so we might as well make it ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So you'll be able to put Conquer in your game.
Yes.
Along with putting your own personal creative. Like I think Sackboy is like the man for your game in the PlayStation version, which is Little Big Planet, which is amazing. Not taking anything from Little Big Planet because they were the originators of content, making your own content and making it easy for you to do. But it seems like Project Spark is a little bit more choice.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to allow you to do more things in it. You know what I mean? And like I don't like you're going to be able to make like a it's crazy. You can create your own like 20-hour gameplay game experience in Project Spark. That's
you
great.
Are the developer, which is awesome.
It is pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to that game. I mean, game after game, I still feel like we missed something, but I mean,
I think pretty much we covered everything. Unless you want to talk about Dragon Age Inquisition.
Nah, we're good. I think that's. I mean, I'm. It's on my anticipated list. Really good, but they didn't show anything new about that.
Yeah, really. A lot of the games that they showed for Microsoft, I was actually quite surprised. And at first, when I saw them, at first when I saw the thing, my mind was made up like, we'll see. And then Sony came out.
There's no way I thought they were going to do 90 minutes of games.
Yeah, and then they did, and I was like, all right, we'll wait to see what Sony and Nintendo's got. And I was like, Sony's gonna take this one home. And I was actually quite surprised. At Microsoft.
Another thing, you know what? Let's just go on the scores because I feel like I might
go
winded on this one. You want to start with Tony Pig or you want to do reverse? I think I should probably go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I should go first. All right, so surprising to no one, Microsoft gets my best grade.
Yeah.
B plus does not get A. Does not get an A. They were 2 games away from getting an A. 2 games away. 2 original IPs away from getting an A. One of those IPs, if I would have seen Quantum Break, which is going to be at Gamescom.
Oh, yes.
And one more just major IP.
Yeah.
Major new IP. If I would have saw Quantum Break, which was a known quantity, but we haven't seen anything from it, really. Everything we have seen has been, like, amazing.
Yeah.
We could have saw Quantum Break pull out something, and then maybe, like, if Conquer was a game, hands down, that would have been it.
Yep.
Like, if Quantum Break would have been out, and then just one more, I don't even know what it could have been. Like one IP that I'm just not thinking about that they bring out, that would have put me way over the top. But I was way giddy for anything they did. Excuse me there. Along with Microsoft just having a good showing. After the E3 press conference, you could have went on Twitch and they live streamed basically a question and answer section with the people that were at the E3.
Yep.
And then this was regular people in the audience. This was journalists, and they took on questions like, could it have been preordained what question they would ask? Maybe, but the way it looked was like people were just really asking questions. We saw one black person, one black man, and
one black and two women,
and just two women, and not black women, just women,
just women in general.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool, and they did that for like a good 30 minutes to an hour after the E3 press conference.
Yep.
And that's culture right there. That's the culture of Microsoft changing because of its leader Phil Spencer, and I'm really, really excited on what they can do. I mean,
what they're going to do.
I mean, Sony has a lead right now, and competition breeds. Competition is good for the gamers, which is us.
Oh yeah,
right.
Definitely.
And I hope that in the next upcoming year, Xbox does do well, and even outpace Sony in some efforts, so Sony can get on their shit that much more and bring in some more awesome fucking games. And where to start? Unlike Sony, with the original IPs, we had Scalebound. Phantom Dust, which is not an original IP,
right?
But it hasn't been updated since PlayStation, since Xbox, the OG
right.
Xbox. So you might as well just call it one.
Yeah.
I mean, Sunset Overdrive, ridiculous. Project Spark, that's getting my little fix for creating my own games. Killer Instinct Season 2. Killer Instinct, the fighting game community is really picking it up. I believe it's going to be an Evo this year.
Yep.
The fact that the Double Helix, the people that made Killer Instinct, is moved on to Amazon to be their own private
thing.
Yeah.
Private game developer. But even more than that, the team that picked it up, I forget the name of the team, but it's the same team that created Third Strike for Street Fighter Alpha.
Street Fighter 3. You mean Street Fighter 3?
Yeah.
Street Fighter Alpha, wasn't it Alpha 3?
No. Third Strike was Street Fighter 3.
Okay, so
Street Fighter 3.
the same team that worked with Capcom on Third Strike
Ooh, that's big.
made Dive Kick, and now they're taking over the new the Killer Instinct Season 2, which is gonna be 7 more characters.
Now this would be my question: Will they actually have fatalities?
There's talk about
of
it.
it.
Iron Galaxy is the name of them.
Yeah.
There's talk about them adding their fatalities, quote unquote.
But we have confirmed TJ Combo.
Yeah.
Because personally, I mean, we all grew up
Fighting game
with,
fans.
we all grew up fighting game fans. We all remember the old school Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not like their fatalities were the best, but at the same time, they were fatalities.
You showed me. I always want to know what the tits look like, because if it made somebody like die,
Yeah, like
what the fuck is under them titties?
Well,
boom.
I'll let y'all in on a little secret on that later. But I think that the lack of fatalities not in the new Killer Instinct that came out before the one that they're coming out with next year. I think that's the only reason why I haven't played it. But as far as the gameplay
that
itself,
and it being an Xbox One game.
Yeah,
I mean, but the fact, but I did see the gameplay and like the combos.
Combos are solid.
Definitely fluid.
Ultra combo.
Definitely fluid in that regard, but I just always looked at it like, why would you deviate? That's almost like Mortal Kombat deviating from not having fatalities.
I know, but
think about that.
But you know what though? I think for in Double Helix's defense, I think them getting the actual gameplay right was more important than them actually putting the tropes in the game. I mean, they could have put that in the game.
Right.
I don't know what the deal was. I was actually a little disappointed in that myself.
Right.
But them getting the actual Killer Instinct combo right with the ultras, the breakers, the combo breakers, the fucking 600 million hit combos at the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is the best trash talker you can. You don't even have to talk trash. I just
stare at somebody while you're hitting your super combo.
And then the man in the background just ultra.
Like he just got to get some pussy.
You just got Wollie Mopped. You just
got Wollie Mopped.
Yeah. I mean, so there's those 4 games. I mean, the Halo anniversary, which was the major fan service. I mean, even Call of Duty, which I can't really say because it'll be on all platforms, so I can't really put that as a game. But I mean, just Scalebound, which looks amazing, came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, Project ID Project, which is basically going to be like their Xbox Live indie games. We don't have any. Xbox doesn't have anything near the scope of what's it called?
Project Spark?
No, the PlayStation. No Man's Sky.
Oh, No Man's Sky.
Nowhere near the scope of No Man's Sky, but some pretty interesting stuff going on in the indie scene too, and it's going to be part of that system. I just really liked what Xbox did. I give it a B plus.
Good job. Good.
B plus.
Touche.
Guess it's my turn.
Yeah. What do you think?
I went into it not really thinking Microsoft was going to do well, and they actually surprised me.
Me neither.
And
Me fucking neither.
Yeah, it's funny that you're the Xbox aficionado.
Yeah, I just knew they were gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
I was positive upon positive. Xbox was fucked. They would find a way to fuck this up.
And they didn't. They did not.
They didn't.
They actually came out of the gate strong and hard. And what they did is they showed off 90 minutes of games.
I mean, it's just nothing else to say. I mean,
with what they did, my original grade for them before I saw everything else was going to be a C plus, and then I really sat down and was like, all right, they actually really did some stuff, and I really paid attention to stuff. I rewatched the Microsoft press conference along with other press conferences, and they're not going to get top grade, but they're getting a B. They are getting a B. They're up there. They took just the right enough time. There was just a few more titles that would have pushed over the edge, like you said.
Yeah.
And what I liked is they didn't take the time to crunch numbers. They didn't take the time to talk to you about things that weren't games. They were focused on what the system was built for, games.
Yeah.
Unlike the last year's E3 when they were trying years of E3. Connect. We're gonna make this a multimedia system. We don't care. We want games. That's what we want. It's a gaming console.
And it's not that we don't even want those things. We just don't want those things at E3.
Yeah, it's not. That's not where you push that.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see a Halo Steven Spielberg produced thing. I want to see what other technologies you got connect. But I think in those cases, you'd be better doing one of those Nintendo Directs. I don't want to see that shit at E3.
Right. I totally agree with you.
Tony P, Xbox. What do you think? Conference.
Before I say what I'm gonna give the score, PlayStation fans, do not be mad at me. Because ironically, they're actually getting my best score.
Wow. Well, then.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. Like I said, just because I might not like something don't mean that I don't give respect when respect is due.
Yeah, there you go.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, the games that they're coming out with look very fluid. I don't know if I would, necessarily go ahead and buy the Xbox, but if anything, I would at least play it.
It's Xbox is an option now.
Right.
Before it was like, fuck that. But with all the effort that they're putting into
now
they're trying. Just like Nintendo. Yeah. They're showing effort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I admire
the effort.
You
exactly.
know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So my grade, like I said, this is actually gonna be the best one that I'm gonna give.
Yeah.
For out of the 3, 8.5.
Yeah. Good stuff.
There you go.
I just think that they're really trying, man. I mean, I'm excited to see what happens next. I'm excited to see what PlayStation does next. I'm excited to see if Nintendo actually gets these fucking games out on time.
I think we're all waiting to see that.
We got a little house cleaning to do at the end. We're actually this month, June the 28th, which is a Saturday.
Last Saturday of the month.
At Days In and on off ISB going west. We're gonna have our first Wollie Mopped best kept secret video game tournament. We're gonna do Street Fighter 4 and we're gonna do Injustice and $100 in cash prizes. I want y'all to come out. It's $10 for entry fee, and we're gonna have fun games. We're gonna be able to really get this fighting game / video game community in the Central Florida area adjacent from Orlando really going. So we want to see you guys out there. There's not going to be any video on this. I'm sorry about that. Couldn't get the video up, but we want to get this up and out on time. in a timely manner, so you guys get all the information you need about E3 if you haven't been listening. We're also going to do something about audio downloads only. So if you don't have time to look at us on Facebook, we're going to have a link where you can download the audio fix. Best Kept Secret 60. We're on Twitter.
Twitter.
We're on Facebook. Like us, befriend us, please. Once again, that's Best Kept Secret 60 on
Best Kept Secret 60.
Best Kept Secret at Best Kept Secret 60
on Twitter.
Twitter.
And Facebook.com/Best Kept Secret 60.
Yeah, and of course, we're on YouTube. We're going to be posting a lot of our tournament information on YouTube, and we're going to be live streaming on YouTube as well. We're going to do a Twitch account pretty soon, but all that's coming up very, 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 very soon. Our next video will be popping up. Please go to our Twitter. We're going to be having a little bit of video of the Nintendo Best Buy Smash Brothers.
Yep.
We would post it on YouTube, but they're gonna take that shit down. So
yeah, immediately.
We learned our lesson the first time.
So yeah, so definitely want to check that out. A matter of fact, this week Saturday they're gonna be doing it again, but we're gonna post all that information on our Twitter page and our Facebook page.
Yep.
So definitely go ahead and subscribe to that. So much stuff, really, to tell you the truth. So much stuff going on. As for any last words, anybody?
No, just want to give a shout out again to my friends at HA Heroes. That's Half-Ass Heroes. That's what they call themselves. They're cool bunch of guys. I actually was a part of a podcast with them in the past. Giving them another shout out. That's haheroes.com. That's their website. Half-Ass Heroes. Check them out.
Anything for you, Tony?
Damn, do I have a shout out? Damn, normally I'm prepared for these things. That's to let you know what
kind of week it's been.
What kind of week it's been.
Yeah.
Actually, what kind of month it's been.
What kind of month it's been.
Yeah, but let's see. I'm going to give a shout out to, ironically, the NBA. You know what I'm saying? We
got a Spurs fan and a Heat fan at the table.
Yeah, so both my teams.
I'm football. I'm all football.
Both my teams in the big dance. Unfortunately,
only one can win.
Unfortunately, one's gonna win. Right about now, if San Antonio plays the way they played last night.
Yeah, I think it's going 7 myself.
I see it going 7, but at the same time, Miami can't play like that. But then again, San Antonio was just
amazing.
San Antonio was what the Miami Heat's name is.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what they were last night.
On fire.
Yeah, exactly. 76% in the first half. We will never see that ever.
It was just too much.
Yeah, way too much. I don't care how good your defense is. A team knocks out 76% in the first half.
Yeah.
There's no way in the hell you're going to beat that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I said, I think that's done with hustling. E3 still going on. We're going to get this up. It should be up Thursday. Now I'm talking to you. We're just going to slap the Wollie Mopped logo on the top of it and put it out there. And we're going to spell that right this time.
Oopsies.
Who's going to spell that we know that it's right?
Oh, yeah. With Google.
Okay, there we go.
Like I said, E3 still going on. We're going to be putting up another video that's going to be just Mortal Kombat because we wanted to get into it, but there's just too much to get into right now.
Way too much. Way too much.
And our next video besides that should be our biggest disappointments from E3. Things that we think we're going to see, but we haven't seen. But like I said, I'm not going to say anything about it, but a couple games that I haven't seen anything from yet that I really thought would be at E3, but maybe from Gamescom. So we'll talk about that. Till next time, Tony Pete, Lone Wolf.
Yo.
I'm Andre K. Red K. Be good if you can't be good. Don't get caught. See you next time.
Yeah.